Hello, Brian Martin with you. Today I'm just talking a little bit about gait analysis. So getting your running gait and technique analysed is definitely one of the most important things you can do if you're considering either diagnosing the cause of an injury and if you've convinced yourself that you need to, looking towards improving your technique. So just give you a few ideas about the kind of video footage that would be useful if you are going to analyse your technique. So definitely the first angle that you would capture, and it's generally easier to do this running on a treadmill, but you can do it sort of out on the track as well, especially if you've got a tripod that'll make your camera a little bit more stable. Definitely want to get this side-on view. From the side we can capture all phases of the running cycle, so we can catch this preparation phase out here, the contact and support phase when you're on the ground, backswing and forward swing really easily, so you can see pretty much exactly what's going on and diagnose a good range of problems from that perspective. So that is definitely the most important angle, and if you had only one angle to get, you can learn quite a bit from just looking at the side-on perspective. When you're looking at a runner from that angle, one of the other things you can consider doing, especially if you have got the treadmill set up, is to set up a camera down a bit lower and look at maybe setting up a tripod at about the height of the treadmill. And what that'll enable you to do is actually check out what's happening at foot contact. So you can see whether you're landing more towards the heel, more towards the midfoot, more on the toes. Get a really clear picture of what's going on. When you've got your camera up a little bit higher here, it can get a bit hard to see exactly what's going on. And that last little phase just before the foot hits the ground happens really quickly, so even if you've got slow motion footage, it can be a bit hard to see exactly what's happening with foot contact. So consider getting this low angle if you've got the chance. It's really helpful. Another thing you can do, and this is the second most important thing you need to do, is have a look at the runner from the rear. And I'm going to be really challenged with my drawing here, but you want to see what's happening with the leg and the foot as it comes underneath the runner. So let's just draw him in here. That's a really bad job, but anyway. You want to look at what's going on with the hips around here, and also see where the leg is tracking under the body, whether it's sort of hanging around down the midline here, which is not ideal, or further underneath the hip where it's more stable and indicative of much better hip strength and stability. So you want to get this rear view. You can tell a lot about what's happening with the muscles in the body, or what isn't happening as well, from this angle. So first angle, side on; second angle, rear view. If you've got the luxury, get this one down low. There's a fourth angle, which is obviously front on, is the last one, and that can be handy, but it's probably not absolutely necessary. But if you've got the chance to get it, definitely get it, because you can always see a little bit more from the front, and it's particularly useful again for looking at this, whether the foot is landing underneath the hip or along the midline of the body. It's helpful for that. If you're going to be completely and absolutely thorough, you could get both side-on angles. So if you could get on either side of the treadmill and take some footage from both sides, that would sort of cover off and make sure you can see all of any potential imbalances between the left and the right side. But generally you can see most of what's going on from one side, so that's sufficient. So I hope that gives you a bit of an idea about the kind of video footage that will be helpful for you to get. If you have that footage, you can then ask either a coach or a physiotherapist or someone with the experience to look at your running technique and give you a hand to identify any flaws, and also help you to improve on what you've got. I hope you find that helpful. Thank you.